chicken. Very important.
No.
So you got KFC.
Haven't tried.
See, there's a discussion that's been going on for about 2 years here at Spreaker. Very important. Epic. I'm surprised it's not on CNN or Nancy Grace. But there's a certain type of people. There's a divide between KFC, which, by the way, stands for Kill Fucking Coons. I didn't make up the name. And then you have that other place. What is it? The black place. Churches. Churches. Yeah. See, I think what they do in black church is when they get up there on the altar, and everybody from Blues Brothers knows that black people do handstands and somersaults, and they've got the band playing, and everybody has Jerry curl. But anyway, I think they tell them if they don't go, you all right? If they don't go to churches, I just shit my pants. No, go ahead. And
it's hot in the hot tub. Hot.
Oh, you guys are in the hot tub. Now, turn your video on, unless John's naked. Now, go ahead and turn your video on. I won't share. Obviously, we can't share it because we're on podcasting. Go ahead. Now, turn it on. What's going on here? Is John whipping out his do-jigger?
We're not in the hot tub.
Yeah, he's in the hot. Don't lie. You're inside your house in the hot tub. Got one of those little kiddie pools, an old propane tank going there. Is there any left over from cooking meth? Yeah, there's a little bit. Come on. So, anyway.
No, we're sitting here drinking beers, talking on the show, and I'm kind of watching the self-described Reagan conservative Sean Hannity.
So you're watching BET.
Hannity.
You're watching BET in your hot tub in your house, which is one of those kiddie pools. Got the toaster thrown in there to heat it up a little bit. Took a Valium, smoking out of the bong for medicinal purposes, and so what?
What do you think I am, Cleveland?
Not now. Who?
Cleveland Brown.
Oh
Stop.
yeah. No.
You just dig us in a hole further and further, man. Don't talk.
Rick says toss in some carrots and dandelions. Yeah. A little Alabama stew. What do you got in there? Some possum? We're going to listen to someone choke to death live on the program. Very evil, by the way.
So why does Debbie sound like Carol Ann and Poltergeist?
Is she
stuck in the TV?
Yes, she's trying to get out. Like, Mommy, they're back. Well, we done paid them people last week. I don't know why they're not going to repossess that goddamn toaster. Yeah, shucks.
No. The toaster oven.
Yeah, you got to have a toaster oven in a trailer. I mean, how are you going to make those little cheap pizza things out of English muffins? That's not pizza, Mommy. Shut up. It's pizza, you little jackass. Lucky you eat. When I grew up in Ethiopia, we walked backwards with one leg, missing a penis in the snow. I can pretty much...
Hey, Guy, who do you think killed Kennedy?
Honestly, I think people from... what was it? The Bell helicopter had him whacked. And the reason I said that is because Bell helicopter had such a huge stake in Vietnam with the money they were making for government contracts that when Kennedy said, "Look, we're going to end this," they said, "Nah, no." And but then again, you can blame it on anybody. Who knows? I don't think the moron that shot him was smart enough to actually design what he did. I think he was sort of the dumbass, the fall guy. It's like, oh, you want to be a communist? Sure, come here, you can do it. Come on, no, you'll be all right. You'll be a hero. And then they shoot him, and then Ruby dies mysteriously, and Ruby had connections with the mob in New Orleans, and et cetera, and then throw the prostitute in there, fuzzy britches, and and then the government walks away going, yeah, bitch. And then, of course, it escalates. Bell helicopter makes $1 gazillion, and here we are today with our best friends in Vietnam, like K-Vu, Ho Chi Minh City Girl, Tunnel Lady. Can you imagine that? Of all the, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. But of all the,
love you long time, GI.
I love you long time, $5 boom boom. Oh, you too buku, you negro, no buku. Yeah, whatever. Right. Like she said that. See, that's getting into white guilt. They're like, oh, we better embellish the size of the black man's penis. Not that it's a stereotype or anything. And, of course, Asians don't want to have sex. Come on. Asians obviously hook up with fappy, slack-jawed, dirty, filthy Mexicans. So, obviously, they would take a black man, too. No offense.
Kevu is a catchy name, though.
It is. I don't know if that's a real. It's probably something like mud skunk, skunk lick, or I don't, in a grunting sound, like the Arab names, the San Negros, something like that. Yeah, baby, come here. I'm gonna make you my wife. I'm gonna bring you home to my front lawn if I had one, and we're gonna cut it together. Get all greasy and sexy and eat tacos. Yeah. Sorry, that was called I went off on a tangent thing. Anyway.
What is a skeet? What is a skeet worm? Is that a poop worm?
I have no clue. It just came to mind when you're talking about the hashtag. I thought, I was going to write skeet, then I'm like, God, what do you write after skeet? You could write skeet. That would make sense, but it would be redundant. So I thought worm out of nowhere. Obviously,
well, Dave Chappelle used to do that. Skeet.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do that when their penis gets erect. Let me explain how this works. Okay, now the blood rushes to your genital area, and obviously your brain becomes, less useful, which is why we have a lot of unwanted pregnancies and minorities. So, skeet, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is an Ebonics word for ejaculate, which is a educated word for shooting your wad, which makes no sense because it's not actually a wad. But anyway, what was the question? I don't know, but my chicken's ready. Yeah, so I didn't know skeet worm. Just worm came to mind. I don't know why. Okay. I was thinking about gummy bears. Don't ask me. Skeet worm.
It's kind of like it's a verbal Rorschach test. I'm trying to figure out what the hell you were thinking when you wrote skeet worms.
I really wasn't thinking. I mean, it hit me, worm. I'm like, skeet worm. It sort of has a ring to it. You know what I'm saying? Like testicle. Yeah, 2 words. Vagina, 3 words.
I think from this point forward, we should call Apocalypse skeet worm.
Yeah, I think he's a skeet worm. I mean, I don't even want to get started. Yeah, Apocalypse, I don't want to get started on him. I really don't. I mean, this guy, his real age, and of course I don't look up information on people, but if I did, his real age would be actually like 33. Now, that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with working part-time at McDonald's. There's nothing wrong with living in your mom's basement in Arizona. Unless it floods and you might drown. But anyway, so, and I've listened to his shows, and of course he's the self-proclaimed prince of Spreaker, which is good because it's not being narcissistic or you'd make yourself the emperor or the pharaoh, but you're the prince. So, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I think to be a king, you need a kingdom.
Yeah, this is exactly true. It is. And you see that we are absolute royalty. We don't need to self-proclaim. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it doesn't rain there. All right. Well, there's scorpions there and cactus, so I'm going to move there in a minute. Why do people even go to Arizona? Unless the Super Bowl's there.
It's cacti. Cacti is the plural.
And it's not peni. I had that wrong, actually.
I say peni because it sounds more plural than penises is.
Yeah, like mice's, Negroes.
I say vaginae, too.
Yeah, do black people really think, vaginae? You can use that in a actual conversation for, a semi-intelligent girl, one that knows which shoe goes on which foot. You can say, look, I have a very enhanced and rewarding peni. Not to sound like a putz. What do you think? John, try that on Debbie real quick.
Try it.
I would laugh.
No, it's very important to understand a man's peni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to say cock. Well, I say cock, but, that's me.
Why not? I call it a kraken.
Release the kraken, John!
You can give it extra credibility, like.
Yeah, there's all
kinds
of...
Peni, the science guy.
John just dropped a toaster in the indoor. What is it? I can just envision this little frog-shaped one of those little $6 pools you get for the grandkids. Yeah, he's out in the yard, little $6 Walmart thing. He's sitting in there naked. He's got his beard braided. And, of course, Debbie's naked running around with a bong. And John's like, why ain't anybody bringing me that Valium? And then the toaster falls
Not
in.
a bong, a hookah.
A hookah, yeah, whatever. Bong.
Last time I had a hookah, it cost me $50.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah! 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 Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, that's Louie B. Yeah. Stand-up comedian in the subway of New York City.
Are we on cops?
Yeah!
We had cops
sorry.
again.
You know, I watch that. I look forward to this particular program on Fridays. It's called Gangland. You ever watch Gangland? Nobody.
No.
Oh, come on. It's Gangland. They talk. It's on all day. God. And they talk about different gangs. And I thought, I noticed people in there that I know. And I thought, I'm not watching this anymore. Yeah, just a real story. Catchy song, though. Yeah. Anyway. I'm just going to quit talking.
I don't want to watch a show about gangs because it seems like it would have a very limited amount of intellectual value.
Oh, absolutely. It's sort of like watching Nancy Grace. There's absolutely no credibility to it whatsoever.
I agree. She hates everybody, and I can't stand that woman. I'm going to be honest with you. Just hearing her voice makes me slam my face into the wall that's nearest me to try to stop hearing it. Because she's so negative and angry and enraged, and how the hell she was ever a prosecuting attorney. I think she was a prosecutor. I see why she got fired. She wanted everybody to go to jail. She said, Judge, you're going to jail. Yeah. The jury is going to jail. All because she was manhandled by somebody when she was younger, and she's fucking enraged over it.
Yeah, she's very short, too. I mean, not like petite.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem right there.
Small man syndrome.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And by the way, she looks Hispanic. And she's trying to pull off that beehive thing, which immediately makes me think of Texas, and I don't like her right away. That nasty beehive. It's like, what are you hiding in there? Is she going to shank somebody? And then she has, you know what, it's sort of like the Udder Butter program. She's this really forceful, dominant, ignorant woman, and she'll bring the dumbest people on her programs. When they had that little kid they fed to the alligators here, I don't remember which one. That happens a lot in Florida. People feed alligators with their children. And the reason they do that, by the way, alligator DNA does not, or alligator shit does not contain DNA, medical fact. So, if you see an alligator that's overweight, it's probably a mob hit. So she gets people on there like this little girl who they fed to the alligators, who was allegedly kidnapped. She brought the entire trailer park family on the show, and during the program, the mother-in-law, she's like, well, why didn't you call? And the mother-in-law's like, well, I don't have any time on my phone. And I'm sitting here thinking, Jesus Christ, these people have no clue she's making. And you could just see her. If she had a cock, she'd have a full board erection going. And you could just like, well, I'm gonna get my teeth next week and come back. Oh, you come back on the show? We're not done fucking with you. And I'm sitting there, and people watch this. Not me, of course. I was watching, being very critical of the program. I wasn't entertained, however. Sort of like the Udder Butter. But anyway, they have all these beta people on there, and people missing legs that come on the program. Just show a little hairy nipple once in a while, and they'll be like, oh, I like that, makes my oxygen tank work double time, that kind of thing. Yeah. You know what I didn't even try? Oh, by the way, Peter Boy, the Mad Scot, who lives in Ireland, figure that out. He's probably kicked out of his country, no doubt. But what he said, he may not be able to make the program, which is okay. Now, if you're from a different time zone, a different culture, a different species, you have a built-in excuse for not being on the program. And he informed us. He gave us a heads up. And by the way, Rick does love Gangland, obviously. They play it all fucking day on Friday. Yeah, the same thing here. If it's not on and I forget, I actually get upset, and I start accusing family members of changing the channel. Like it's a bib. Why is it on fucking Gangland, you cocksuckers? And it's soothing to me to watch it. But honest to God, they had some Jacksonville people. I'm not going to name the institution or club, but I'm like, oh, that's fucking so and so, and oh yeah, no, he's not that. They put this ominous music behind it, it's like it's the media at its worst, honestly. If they don't like something or there's a stereotype where it's scary or bad, they have this ominous fucking evil music playing behind them. You know, the guy he could be out there frying chicken. It's like